Hello everybody, I have another recipe for you. It's a cream mushroom recipe because I got a 4-pack from the store and I'm trying to use it up. But this is my version of hamburger steak, but instead of brown gravy, you add cream mushroom. So start with your ground beef, then you're gonna add an egg. You can add 2 if it's a lot more beef than this. And you gotta use fresh garlic, fresh onion, some panko, some shoyu, a little bit of mayo. I like best food, my wife likes Kewpie, but that's the battle we have in our household. You mix it all together. You can also add garlic powder. I forgot to add it, but I ended up just putting it right before I browned it. Once it's all mixed in, then you make these little patties. It doesn't have to be perfect. Sometimes you get people that like the patties big. Sometimes you get people that like the patties small. It doesn't really matter. I put it on parchment paper just to kind of keep my area clean. And then, yeah, this is me kind of salting it. You can never go wrong with just adding a little bit of salt right before you brown any kind of meat. And yes, please brown your meat. Don't just throw it in gravy. Whenever you're cooking, stew, roast, if you don't brown your meat, there's never going to be any flavor and there's never going to be any good texture. Anyways, cook it through at about medium high heat in a little bit of avocado oil or whatever oil you have. It doesn't need to cook all the way through because you're going to end up throwing it back in the gravy anyways. So you just want to get that nice good char on it. So this is me getting the char on it. I don't have a bigger pan, so I had to do it in multiple batches. But that's just life, you know? You adapt to survive. Anyways, this is some mushrooms, some onion. Get it to like this color. Move it on the side. Add your can of cream of mushroom. Fill up the same amount of with water, and then you mix it all together. Get it to a point where it's gravy-like consistency, and then you throw everything back into the pan. Turn the heat down to probably like low. Just kind of let it simmer for a few minutes. Get everything saturated. Let it cook through. Let the juices go all throughout the patty, and you got yourself probably the best hamburger steak you're ever gonna have. To be totally honest with you, don't get hamburger steak from L&L. They just use frozen patty. You gotta have love. You gotta add stuff to it. You gotta mix stuff into it. And when you make your plate and you put it on rice, don't be stingy with the gravy. I hate it when I go to restaurants and then they put the patty on top of the rice and then they put the gravy over the patty and then half the rice is all dry with no gravy. So you gotta put rice, then gravy, then patty, then more gravy. Anyways, this was the best thing I ate in like 2 months. You gotta give it a try and then maybe it'll make you do this dance too. I don't know, but it's fun.